to the June Sublimation Camp Crafting Challenge, and we are going to make something from Sublimation Camp today live for you. And this is truly live crafting. In fact, Cori has not even tested the project. So, I mean, we're just winging it here.
I could have done it, but I didn't do it. So here we are. We're going to see if I can make it work.
That's the true test. That's the true test. Yeah.
Angie made
So I'm going to let the ladies from Craft Chameleon introduce themselves. So we have Craft Chameleon here, and we're going to be using their blanks today. So you want to introduce yourselves?
I'm Carrie Ann.
And I'm Nancy.
And we're with Craft Chameleon. Nancy is my aunt. If anybody, anyone who's
Her very young aunt.
Yeah. We grew up together. So
I love it.
Her very young aunt. So today we're going to be sublimating on colored acrylic blanks, and they sent us a variety of tumbler toppers here, and I've sublimated a few so I can show you, even though Cori hasn't. So here's one on my Stanley. Let's see if we can see it.
Cute.
So that's like the silver one, and then this is regular Stanley, and then I had this like Amazon dupe one, and I did fill it with water, so I'm not going to tilt it as much, but they totally fit on the dupe as well. So if anyone has any questions about like dupe or no dupe, it fit on my Amazon dupe. I'll just say that.
I've got other ones over here. I should go grab one at some point because we all know that during these videos,
yeah, just like put it on
my
there.
desk at some point.
We did link to like all the supplies, description below the video. However, I'm going to put a little QR code up here, and that is the blanks, the tumbler topper itself. So I went ahead and put a QR code for that, so you can scan that if you want to like grab those for your sublimation needs. And if you get our email newsletter and you pick these up, you can craft along with us and hopefully get a finished good project out of this, unless we mess it up.
Can anybody get their supplies? Is anybody crafting live with us? Let us know in the comments.
Yes.
Yeah, a bunch of people were ordering, so I was hoping that.
Oh, good.
Yes, I hope so. I hope to craft along.
We want to craft along with people.
All right, supplies. So we're going to sublimate these, and then we probably will do the finishing at the end. But we have colored acrylic, some heat-resistant tape, protective paper. I'm going to use my Easy Press. I think Cori is as well.
Yep.
Heat-resistant mat and lint roller.
Yep.
Got it.
I have a weeding hook because I think it has a protective cut coating on it.
It does on both sides.
She's known for trying to use her blanks while they still have the protective coating on it. So
I do it all. I leave my protective coating on all the time. I was going to be honest. And then they have a really cool trick with some paper towels, and I'm going to use that trick during my little demo here. But otherwise, that's it for the sublimation portion. And then if you want to do the finishing portion, we're going to use some UV resin and a UV light. I feel like that's optional. I felt like they looked pretty good right when I finished them. But the UV resin, I'm going to just say that makes them look so good at the end. I'm so glad that you gave us that tip, ladies.
I'm excited because I know that we were talking in another video, I think, about how a lot of crafters are scared to use resin. And that's what I'm one of them. I've only used it ever so slightly. So if you guys are nervous about using resin, you can watch a beginner do it and see how easy it is or how badly I can mess it up, depending on how today goes.
Yeah. And all resin is not created equal. We do sell different varieties of it, different brands. And I'm not just saying it because this one is our brand. This is my favorite one for topping things because it's thick and it doesn't flow everywhere, so it's kind of, for beginners especially, it makes it easy to just scoot it
And you don't
around.
have to mix it up with like two part. That's the stuff that really makes me nervous. So this one.
So before we get started, ladies, do you want to talk to us about sublimation acrylic and like the different types and what these are?
So people get very confused. On our website, we have everything is cast acrylic. And if it's cast acrylic, you can sublimate it as long as it's a color that's going to show up. It's kind of, I'm like the magician that gives away the secrets, I guess. So when something says sublimation acrylic, in the past, it's always just been white cast acrylic. A few years ago, a new product came out. It's the clear one that has the white sublimatable coating on the back. You can't sublimate the front, but it is beautiful. It is so pretty, and when it's done, it's done. Like you sublimate and done. And there's just so much you can do with it. So that's what people know now because they're seeing TikTok and all these toppers and things. Now when people hear sublimation acrylic, that's what they're picturing. But originally it was just white cast acrylic. Yeah, and we have to list them both ways because a lot of people don't want sublimation acrylic if they're putting vinyl on it, but it's still all just white cast acrylic.
So interesting.
It's
There's
a weird-
also there's another type of acrylic too that's I can't remember what the other one is called.
Extruded. So
Extruded. There we go.
yeah, extruded will just kind of melt. It'll leave a lot of imprints and it'll get warpy, kind of like textured.
Not cute.
And yeah, you don't want to do that one. So if it's super cheap, chances are it's extruded because it is a cheaper acrylic. But it's a pretty acrylic too, so it's not like it's bad. It just won't work for this.
Yeah, so decent for a laser cutter, but if you want to sublimate it, you need the sublimation or the.
Not so much for laser either.
What would you use it for?
So people route it.
Oh,
So routers and stuff are safe. If somebody else has already cut it, because a lot of blanks are beautiful, you can engrave on it and they make beautiful engravings. But typically, it's changing now, but typically it will release poisonous gas if you laser it.
don't do that, guys.
Do not do that.
They're extruded.
Back up.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess we're ready to start, right?
I think so.
So we're going to use, they had some very cute flower files within Sublimation Camp, and it looks like we have 2 different ones. So, all right. So they had different patterns around through here. Which one is that one?
I've got 6. I just downloaded 6 of the 9 they have in.
Oh, you did. I
Yeah,
have like a
we're a
little
lot.
sheet
We
of
couldn't
one.
decide.
I mean, I was like, I'm doing them all, friends. Maybe I'll start
Do you
with
want
one.
to switch camera angles? Yeah.
Yeah, we can switch camera angles. You guys, we got
Oh,
us.
I cannot turn you off or I can't hear you. So
Okay. Well, there we go.
we're just learning along. Okay.
Let us know like what you guys are up to today, like all you people in the chat, and if you have questions about any of this.
So the first thing we're going to do is remove the protective coating.
Both sides.
I was gonna say.
Both sides. Yeah. So I am the queen of not doing this part. I'm just going to be honest. I have ruined, I don't know how many blanks with not removing the protective film. So yeah, this one has protective film on both sides. And I did remove this one on the other side already, but I'll do this one. I use my fingernail. And Cori, are you using a weeding hook? I'll put you up there.
In the video in camp, I tried to show the trick for how you can tell if something has a coating on it. And I couldn't believe it showed up on camera. But
I remember that. It was like put your finger on it, right? Like put your
yeah, so
fingernail
put
on
your
it.
fingernail down, and if it slides, it does not have a coating. And if it kind of has some resistance, then it's got a coating. But also you can see like little tiny air pockets or like little speckles.
Yeah.
Oh, I can tell. I can totally tell a difference. So if you slide your finger, this has resistance because I left the film on this one. This one, my fingernail just slides right on it. Yeah. I like that trick.
Yeah.
And if you see like, you know, on the back of this one here, I don't know if you can see it in my tiny little video here, but there's like little bits of, you know, char marks from how it was cut. Once you take the coating off, those will be gone. So if you're like looking at it going, oh no, it's not a no. It's just a process.
And somebody asked, could this be used on any 40-ounce tumbler? I have put it on my Stanley and the Amazon dupe I have. So
I will grab my dupe. Oh, it's in a big box over there, guys. I'm gonna have to like open a box because I haven't even opened it yet. But we can try that later. So you're using tape.
I am. And
And
you're
I'm
going to use.
I'm gonna use spray. So I've got the oh, see, my camera's upside down. This is not helpful.
Just turn your pro spray all the way around. There we go.
There we go. I'm wondering, my camera's really easy to turn. I wonder if I could quickly turn it around here. But I like
Here,
using the.
make me big and turn you up. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So make me small, and then I'm just gonna flip my camera.
Okay. So don't do what I just did because I put the print on the wrong side. So sublimation print, and I want it on the top
Doesn't want to
side.
stay that way, guys. I don't know.
So
right.
usually when, like they were saying, like some acrylic you sub on the back, this you sub on the front. So I'm going to turn this over and I'm going to use tape, like Cori said, just like 2 pieces. And now I've got you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, hold on. Okay, Carrie Ann and Nancy, how do I know which side I'm sublimating on now that I've taken the...
So you could, either one will work.
Either one will
But you may be able to tell one of them has, the glitter is kind of closer to the surface.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell.
Which side do I want to do if I can tell?
I think I like it when it's farther away from the surface.
Okay, so you want me to put it on the not glitter side or the glitter side down?
I'm having trouble seeing. Do glitter side down. When the glitter's right next to the surface, do that side down.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to use I couldn't get my camera flipped, guys, the Dye-Trans Pro Spray. This isn't made anymore, so Angie has an alternative. It's called Pixie Spray. But I like spray for acrylic because sometimes I get tape marks in my acrylic. And I'm actually going to put this over off to the side so I'm not spraying directly on my desk. But I just prefer the spray when I'm doing some acrylic projects.
And I also prefer the spray, but I'm opting for tape for video.
You guys get all sorts of fun stuff here with us. All right, there we go.
And Tracy asked about the other toppers. Yes, I will show you some examples of like other colors here in a minute. But I have done some off camera as well.
All right, so you want, let's see. So you want to put your paper below, then you want your project and you want to flip it over so that you're sublimating the actual image. It will take forever and your acrylic will melt if you try to take the time to sublimate it through the acrylic. And then I'm just using a one big square. So then I made it into a little sandwich. Am I missing any steps?
I did the same, but I am going to use the paper towel hack that you mentioned in your video. So you want to explain the paper towel hack? You're probably going to do a better job than me.
So in the commercial industry, I guess, we were always taught when you're doing a rigid product to use several layers of paper towels so that it can it allows it to sink a little so you get an even flat pressure all the way if there's something that would cause it to not be totally flat. So
yeah. And I also thought, because I'm using this like firm mat and like it has a texture to it. And like you said, I use the paper towels that don't have a texture and that way I won't get the texture in the back, right?
Yep, correct. Sorry. So yeah, so we use the Viva white roll or big roll or whatever it's called.
That's what this is really what Angie has.
There's no pattern on it and there's no ink on it because that stuff sublimates also. So if you have flowers printed on your paper towels, it will transfer to your item.
I went to grab mine and mine totally has a pattern on it. I know it's hard to see, but I was like, oh, nope, mine won't work.
Yeah. Yeah, it leaves those little dots.
Yeah. I was like, this one has like a full on like flower pattern. And I'm like, Costco's not helping me out here.
Okay. Are we ready to press?
Yeah, we're pressing at 380 for 80 seconds. 385 for 80 seconds.
I did 385, 80 seconds.
Yeah.
All right.
I have good luck with 385. It's pretty resilient. So 400 works also. So anywhere 385 to 400 and you should be good. It's all going to get bendy and melty and you're going to get scared when you take it off anyway. So.
Oh yeah. I should have grabbed my heat resistant gloves. So yeah.
I'm just going to grab the corner of my paper, pull it out, and put my books on top.
That's good. So what pressure do you recommend?
I like medium to light.
Okay.
If you do too heavy, I feel like the acrylic actually will melt down.
Squish. Yeah.
Get even gooier. I'm going to run and get my heat resistant gloves though. Hold on.
You know, it's fun though, when you do remove it from the heat and it's all bendy, you can put it around, you can twist it and turn it and it'll cool that in that shape.
Yeah.
That's how you make bracelets. Yep.
Yeah. I want to try, I haven't perfected it yet, but I want to take like a big photo panel and kind of form it around maybe a basketball or something. Like I have all these ideas and I'm not there yet for perfection wise, but yeah.
Just fun wise, right?
Yeah.
So April did ask if the spray is really sticky yucky, which I thought was hilarious. So good way to put it. It's like any other spray adhesive. So it doesn't seem for me to stick to any of my projects or anything like that. But all right.
Okay. So when you take this off, this is going to be, I'm going to kind of try to show here. It's going to be very bendable. Don't be scared. I am going to put this on a different mat that's cool. And then I'm going to put a book on top. And I'm going to put something
What a
heavy
cute
on
book.
top.
Oh my gosh, it's my
Look
book.
at that cute book. Yeah.
Turn mine around so you can see it. Ooh.
And I'm going to let it cool under something heavy. And you have, oh, look, 2 sublimation crafting books.
They're the heavy books I happen to have in a stack near me. So let's see. Is the Cricut heat press enough pressure alone, or do you still have to push down on it? I would say I was pushing down a little bit. I wasn't giving it like my all, but I definitely had a little bit of pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just holding it down. Yeah. I mean,
And you can tell, like, if Cori had lifted it up and she didn't see the transfer, the ink coming through her paper, she would have known to do it a little longer.
Yeah.
And I did make the mistake. I didn't let mine cool long enough, and I did warp one. So this step is very important.
I've done some really big projects with sublimatable acrylic that I've cut on my laser. So I've made big shapes and things. I've cut, like, I figured out a way to be able to cut around, the outline of my dog and then sublimate the dog image to the back. And some of those I didn't leave cooling long enough because they're just such big pieces of acrylic. And then I'm like, no, get flat. Oh.
Yeah. We have serving trays that we use for the bigger ones.
Smart.
And then, put more. You need more weight. The bigger it is, the more weight you need.
Yeah.
So can you reheat it if you mess up? Can you
Yes.
reheat it and then flatten it out?
And flatten it out. Yeah.
Okay.
We've done that.
We have the experts. I'm going to ask all the questions.
Yeah, really.
I prefer to reheat it with a heat gun or a really hot hair dryer, which takes a lot longer. But if you try to do it in the heat press, you have to do it slowly. Otherwise, the press will crack it when you put pressure on it. So you just let it kind of slowly come down on it.
Okay. Cori, you want to talk about Sublimation Camp while we're waiting on these to cool?
Sure. So if you're joining us, this was part of one of our classes for Sublimation Camp. Our goal this year is to get everybody using the things that you learned in Sublimation Camp. So instead of just giving you the content and having you have access for your year and requiring, you have to go in and do it, we thought we would do a project every month so that you guys would be encouraged to go and do the things that are actually in Sublimation Camp. Plus, it gives us another opportunity to yak on to you guys and have fun and connect and all of that. But really, the goal is to just show you and remind you what's in Sublimation Camp, because there are, I can't even remember now, a bajillion classes and a bajillion teachers and a bajillion files. And there's so much in there, and we just don't want you to forget about it because there's cool stuff.
Yeah, so if you already have your all access pass, this one is under Craft Chameleon. I think it was on day 3 of
I think so, yeah.
So you can head there, and it's a full video in Sublimation Camp. So I feel like it's a 40-minute or so video and has all kinds of tips and tricks, obviously, because these ladies are amazing for sublimation on acrylic. So
We really tried to get it to 30 minutes.
You are fine. So if you have not gotten your all access pass yet and you want it, we are doing a code just for the week after this live, and it's GetCrafty2, and you can use the code through June 30th, and it's $20 off the all access pass. And you can get that at sublimationcamp.com or scan that QR code wherever it is on the screen up in the corner.
Oh, it's got the live right over the QR code.
No, I don't think that people see it though. I think they can just scan the code. I think it's just on the back end that we see.
Oh, okay. Somebody asked if a cooling block will work, and yes, if you're talking about the marble thing, yeah, perfect.
I was wondering if that was going to work because I feel like you got to make sure you're covering the whole thing, or like parts of it are going to warp.
Yeah, I only have a small one, so I don't know if it would cover the whole thing. But if I had a bigger one, I probably would have used that. It might have worked actually. Yeah.
And you can rub it, like move it around on it.
Yeah. do you recommend not using a heat press for these small acrylics? Absolutely not. You can use a heat press for this, just the same as we did. It's just a little bit easier for us chatting with you on the live video to use an easy press rather than have the big heat press sitting here. So yeah, just
Also
like
cooler.
yeah, and a little bit cooler.
Got
So,
lights.
yeah, I'm in Tennessee and it's like almost 90 outside and I have my air conditioner off, so you don't hear it in this video. So yeah, I'm just a little bit cooler on me.
Every time I film a video with that giant heat press, I'm like, I love this giant heat press, but also I'm dying.
It heats up a room.
It really does. Right.
Sometimes when I'm testing things, like when I'm at my desk and I've just cut something and I just want to test it, I use that little, the little mini press thing.
Yeah.
They work too. Acrylic is easy.
Cool yet, Cori?
I think we're cool enough. What do you think? I mean, it's warmish, but not like.
We're also going to do a test here. Let me put the things back up. We're going to see. So your sublimation paper may stick to your acrylic, and we're going to see if the difference in sublimation paper might make a difference. So Cori, you want to try to do yours first?
Yep. Let's see. Oh, nope. It's stuck.
I'm not sure if mine's going to stick.
It didn't stick very bad though.
Okay.
I mean, it stuck some,
That's
but
amazing.
it could have stuck worse.
Well, let's see what mine looks like. Yours is just a little bit. Okay, let's see what happens. So mine's a different sublimation paper. And yeah, mine's pretty bad.
This is normal, guys.
Yeah, totally normal.
Yeah, so this is completely normal. So if yours looks like mine, you're not going to panic right now.
Stop your panicking.
So I'm going to take the tape off. Okay, that is mine, and it is full of paper. But I'm just going to take a little bowl of water. We're just going to put that down in there, and we're going to leave it. Just let it soak. And that paper will come right off, and it will look amazing here in just a couple of seconds.
I'm really excited about this. This looks so cute. The colors are so vibrant. I love sublimation. Yes, I'm glad to see this is normal. I would be panicking.
Yeah. I think a lot of people do, and that's why they're reluctant. But it's actually, that ink has soaked into the acrylic. It is part of it now. So when you scrape it and do all that stuff to it, it's still there. The print is still there.
Yeah, I feel like most people panic at that point and almost just I'm just going to throw it away. It's ruined.
I was working on some keychains where I think they were just really cheap. They were probably extruded acrylic. Now that I'm thinking about it, now that we had that conversation earlier, there were some keychain blanks I got on Amazon, and I couldn't even wash off the paper.
Yeah.
Just a disaster. So sometimes it could also buy quality blanks from Craft Chameleon because they're not going to give you crappy stuff.
All right, let's see.
All right.
I might need a few more minutes. I don't know if you're just working.
Let's see.
It's so satisfying too when you get a good chunk coming off,
I love it when you leave it soak in the water long enough that the whole thing just comes off.
Yeah.
Which you don't even have that much. So
I really don't. Yeah. So I'm using the text print paper. If anybody is like, I want a better paper, what can I use?
And what letters was it? Text print what?
Text print. It's got a bunch of letters. Let's see.
Okay, yeah, there were a bunch of letters.
Text print XPHR, which stands for I don't know.
Let's see if mine's working.
I love that one, the AB glitter.
So cute. My boys love things that are glittery. And so they saw them on my desk. They're like, Mom, you have to make these for us. I was like, guys, you don't have family tumblers. They're 9.
Okay. I just wanted to show you that it is okay to totally use a scraper and scrape this off. And it's still gorgeous underneath there. So don't be scared. You can just push that paper off there.
There we go.
Oh, you could put them on their backpacks, Cori.
Oh, that's a great idea. Like little keychains.
That's a great idea.
I'll be so happy you suggested that.
So now these are not only tumbler toppers, they are bag tags now.
They're bag tags. Oh, they're going to be so excited.
Okay, the only thing I will say is like you need to get all this paper off before you do the finishing part.
Yeah, I've got a little left. Then I need to dry off my desk.
Pieces need to come off. And what I did with mine, I like set it aside at this point, and then the paper would turn back white, and then I would know if I got it all.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good idea. Let's see.
So the other thing, if you do resin on top of it, because it's kind of oil based, it will make the little fibers that have left behind, usually they disappear in it.
Oh, I like that even better.
But I wouldn't count on it. So don't try to do it. I'm just saying it's not totally ruined if a little's still there.
And then like one of mine, I don't know what I did, but I got some texture in this part.
Yeah.
And the resin totally saved the project. So if you are looking at your project right now and you're like, this is ruined, I should just throw this out, put resin on top and you have saved this blank. Like they look so good, even the one that I slightly ruined.
Let's see, I still see some here.
Resin saves everything.
So don't be scared of the resin. Okay, I did want to show sort of the different colors. So this was on blue. There's yellow, silver, and let me get my pink off my cup. And this is the pink one.
So cute.
So Sublimation is transparent. The ink's transparent. So you will get some of the color showing through. So you can see like this pink one looks way different from the yellow, looks way different from the silver. So pick your base color and your print carefully because it will sort of show through. But I love that I can get all these different effects with acrylic in different colors. And this is the exact same sublimation print. So I wanted to use the same print on all of them so you could kind of see. And now that I've let this dry a little bit, I can see some more tape. So I can see some more paper. But yeah, I wanted to use the same print so you can see what a difference the base color makes.
Okay, ladies, I got a question for you. So I think what I'm seeing on mine is actually some of the spray adhesive. Is there a way to get that off?
So yeah, so spray adhesive, you might not have.
What do I need? I got a lot of stuff.
Lighter fluid is the best.
Ooh, lighter fluid. I don't have lighter fluid. Can I use alcohol or can I use?
I would try rubbing alcohol. Yeah.
Rubbing alcohol? Okay.
Yeah.
Now I get to leave my desk. Bye, guys.
Angie, your blue on camera looks white. I had no idea it was the blue one you did.
Well, I feel like my camera color is just a little bit off. This is a new webcam. And I feel like for instance, these white paper towels look a little yellow.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Now that I'm here. So yeah, I think this camera color is a little bit off. So new webcam fail.
Mine is like a very weird color as well. I feel we both are like, we need webcams, and
I felt like yours was a little blue the other day when we were testing things.
Really blue. Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
and
when,
mine's a little yellow.
when we were actually having book club. That's what we were doing.
Yes, we just test random things.
I was like, I'm gonna test this at book club.
Okay, I just have like a little bit of paper left if it would just come on.
Oh, but some lighter fluid. That's something I don't have in this craft room.
Like a bag.
Repeat that.
Okay, so I would love to hear in the comments which of these colors is your favorite now that I have 4. And I will finish the blue one because I feel like the resin doesn't change the color, but it does just make it pop more. I'll say that.
So Angie, on yours, you did one of them the other way, one of your pressings. That one, the one you're holding. Do you see what? So that would be so cute on a bag. It would hang the correct way, or a keychain.
Oh, got it. Oh, I did. So pay attention when you put it. So you would want the hole.
I did mine backwards.
To be at the bottom, and Angie put it at the top.
That's
during the live.
Bags. I didn't even know
You just have to use it for something else.
Yes, now it's a bag tag.
Right.
it. These are so cute. I do have a little bit of the skunk. I'm gonna have to get some lighter fluid. It's the only answer here, guys.
Does it look bad, or could you just cover it up
It
with the resin? and
It doesn't. I think the resin will. I think the resin will save
Yeah, the
it.
resin will cover that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to.
And it'll help the resin hang on, cling to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Luggage tag, yeah. Very cute.
Luggage
Right.
tag is a good idea too. Put your,
Yeah, or what are they, the bog bags?
yeah, those bog bags. Those are so popular.
Okay. So for
Yeah, I think
the
Oh, look at that.
oh, I do have my little thing. Craft
Yep.
Chameleon made me that. Okay, so someone's asking about the hole because I did mess that up. All right, so if you're using it for a tumbler topper, you would probably want your hole here. So your straw goes here. So when you're drinking it, you see his cute smiley
Mine's
face.
upside down. You can see mine is upside down because my
Yes.
straw is here. And if I go
And
to
then-
drink from it, it'll be upside down.
If I can get this in there. Oh, okay. So you would see the cute smiley face like when you're drinking it, if the hole's at the bottom. I messed up when I made this one. It's going to be okay. We'll just use this for something else. But the hole's at the top in this version. So when you were drinking it, if you were to put it on your Stanley, your smiley face would be upside down, not looking at you.
So
Okay.
just a tip for this, the resin part. So when I do my, I usually use a little 2 slivers of nanotape to hold it level, and it raises it up. But that way it's not going to scoot around on you. If you don't have nanotape, I would do like painter's tape and fold it, like make a little double stick fold over and put it under it.
I have some tape here.
I got tape.
I had that trouble when I was doing mine, so that is a good tip.
And for the nanotape, I sit there with my finger and make it less sticky. Otherwise, it's really sticky.
Okay, I think that'll work.
So I'm
All right,
making like a little circle. This is my first time. I mean, not my first time using this resin, but like using it more than just to like fill a tiny hole or do something really tiny with it. So
So we
So
are
nervous
using
for you.
we're using UV resin, and this is from Craft Chameleon. So UV resin, in my opinion, I've used a lot of different resins. It's the most beginner-friendly resin, in my opinion. I don't know if you ladies would agree with me or not.
Absolutely.
Yep. Yep. And it's
So if
been
you are-
formulated recently. It was reformulated to have a lot of non-yellowing features to it. So
nice.
Yes, and that is important as well with resin. So if you are like, I'm so scared of resin, there's going to be mixing and everything else. There is no mixing with this. We are just going to put it on. Are you
Yes.
ready, Cori, or you want me to go through the steps?
So nervous. Tell me.
Okay. I'm going to buff mine a little bit.
Buffing? You said I had all my supplies. I didn't have.
Sorry. I use like a 1200 grit sandpaper. I know you used something a little more aggressive, but this is
I think I did 180.
I've got a
It doesn't
standing
matter.
bag.
You just want to make it so that there's something for the resin to grab onto.
Yeah.
But definitely wipe it off. Otherwise, that dust will like
Dust. Okay.
get
And
into
then
your
just-
resin floating there.
Clean that off. So you're going to see a huge difference. Barbara asked, why are you using the resin? You're going to see a huge difference. These colors are going to pop so much after I do this. I thought the same thing. I was like, isn't this good enough? This is cute, right? As it is. The resin made a huge difference. I was like, I'm just going to try it and see. And it made a huge, huge difference.
When Angie showed us in our little chat, like it with the resin, there's 4 of us in that chat. We were all like, "What amazing!"
Yeah, so it'll dome up and it'll just make the colors pop off. Like it makes a huge, huge difference. So I am like so impressed with the resin tip, ladies. The paper sticks to the acrylic just because of the heat of pressing, and the acrylic sort of melts. So that's just the reason it sticks.
Right, how much do
Right,
I want of this stuff?
This is very forgiving and it's thick. So you can just sort of put it around.
Yeah, start with something thin just to get it to the edges, and then you can just drop a few drops here and there because it'll automatically just like float.
And then I like to push mine to the edge. I don't know if that's allowed or not, but
That's how I do it.
and the little thing I have mine on, the resin does not stick to it. I got resin all over this thing. I put it under my UV light and I was so happy. So is it glass, ladies?
That's the sublimation acrylic, the new.
This one?
Yep.
Awesome. So it did not stick. So I guess because it's like a smooth surface.
It would stick if it was glass, but it
Got
doesn't
it.
stick to acrylic. You can pop it back off. That's why you are roughing the surface of the.
Got it. So that's why we needed the sandpaper, Cori, that I forgot to tell you about.
It's okay. Luckily, I know where sandpaper is in my craft room, so I was able to get it.
So
Barbara's asking, do you need a mask while using the resin?
A mask? Like,
It doesn't have any kind of smell, but I don't know what.
okay. What they're asking, ladies, is UV like regular resin when you mix it can be damaging to your lungs. So would you recommend something for UV resin or
So
not?
it's kind of the same concept. There are a lot of, even with epoxy resins, the two parts, there's a lot that are VOC free.
Yep.
But it's really kind of a personal preference. It's the same thing with this. I steer clear, like once you put the light hits it and it starts that thermal reaction, you can see fumes come off it. So I lean back from that always. Once it's cured, it's totally fine. It's not like it's going to fill your room with fumes.
Yeah.
It's just, I
So
always lean back away from it.
Yeah, I would say like always better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
Especially if you're doing a lot of a project. And I generally have like my windows open in my craft room and air purifier running, all of those things as well. And then mask and gloves. I haven't even touched this. I put a glove on my hand just in case I do. But I don't think you really even need to touch it, frankly.
Yeah. Kelly's here. Kelly Russo's here. Yes. Let's see what Kelly said. Always.
Oh, Kelly said I use a little
That's
desk
the
fan to
time.
blow the fumes away. So I would say that is a good idea as well. All right. So I am about to use.
Yes, for asthma, yes, I would recommend a mask.
For sure.
Yes. I'm about to use the negotiator, ladies, for bubbles. Do you want to explain what that does?
So I've done a lot of resin work for, a decade or so. And any kind of liquid, even for doing snow globe tumblers or things like that, where you've mixed something in with liquid, air traps to your glitter and it traps to whatever else. And vibration will help break those free so they float up to the top. The vibration will also help level out the resin a little quicker. So I sit there with it's a vibration tool, the little negotiator. It's going to kind of convince those bubbles to let go and come up to the top. And just go around it and let it tap its way. It might get loud. Mine didn't get really loud when I did it on this. Sometimes it's really loud, depends on what you're using it on. So best of luck, it's alive.
So I have myself muted, but I'm going to do it for just a second without it muted. So pretty loud.
No, that's not bad. It's not coming across too bad though.
I mean, we can hear it, but it's not too bad. I just realized I haven't put batteries in my negotiator, which is not going to help me out here, guys. Let me get up from my desk once again.
Somebody is asking if UV resin is safe for food once it's cured. Jury's out on that. So we have the testing specs that said it is. I wouldn't. Just because there's always that. I just wouldn't.
I'm generally, if it's not marked specifically safe for food, like on the label of the whatever product I'm using, I always say no. So
yeah,
that just a rule of thumb. And I
right.
missed a couple spots, so I'm going to push this around.
I'm looking at mine from like all angles. Okay, I'm gonna
Yes,
mute.
I look
myself.
at it from all angles.
I'm gonna
And
mute
I
myself.
love
You
the
can do that
tape.
now.
Now that I have it taped on the back, I can do this much easier than I did
Yeah.
at the other time. So thanks for the tip. Okay, I think I'm ready to cure it.
Do it. We believe in you.
So this is just like literally a UV light. You can use the one you use for your nails if you do your nails at home. All right.
All right, my little light is much smaller, but I think I can just kind of do it in sections.
That's probably that would be one you would use for nails. So that's like showing that works.
Yeah, this one I actually did buy with the other thing of resin I own, the other thing of UV resin. It came as like a little kit, and it also came with these like little, I don't know if you can see it on mine, these little sort of tools. So I was using that instead of a popsicle stick.
So what I do, and I'll do this. So the end of that popsicle stick, I make sure it's under the light, and that way I can test that with my finger instead of testing it on the project itself.
Yeah.
And that way I won't get my fingerprint in the project. Can I tell you that I've done that before? I got my fingerprint in the project because it wasn't cured yet.
We have a lot of things that are fingerprinted. Also, you should let it start cooling before you actually touch the surface of it, because you'll also leave your fingerprint that way.
That makes sense.
Good
So I wanted
tip.
to say something about wearing a mask. So
Yep.
something I recently learned when I was doing all of my research about DTF safety, and that is that a mask won't help with fumes. You need ventilation.
Like the respirator, yeah.
Yeah, you need ventilation. You need to get like clean air in and bad air out. So having a fan blowing, air into your craft space and then out of your craft space is really the best way to create ventilation. Just because the fumes themselves, like the VOCs or whatever might be in there, are just too small. The particles are too small. It's good for things like DTF powder, like that stuff's big enough that it'll get trapped by a mask. But the actual fumes that are created with things like sublimation or any of this stuff, the fumes are still too small to be blocked by a mask. So that's what Daniel, our resident health guy, safety guy, tech guy.
Right, so I'm gonna pick this up because someone is still asking about like why use the resin.
I have if I can
Go ahead.
I have the little half and halves. So
Yes. Here, let me
See
make
how-
it like
it's cute. It's cute without it, but then it's like really pretty with it.
Yeah.
Here's the pink one. I don't know if it's coming across very well. But
It
you
is.
can totally tell. Like it looks so much better with the resin on top.
yeah, even the dark purple one that I tested, it looks blue on
Yeah.
camera, but it's purple.
You really can tell the difference.
Yeah.
It just looks so good. And so I would say the point of the resin would be that it will pop off more and look better. And there's my finished one there. And I'm going to highly recommend this to you all. Keep some on hand because it will save those projects that you think that you can't save. If this comes out looking horrible, one of these looked horrible. And I think it was the pink one. It looked horrible after I sublimated it. I did something wrong and it just had like all kinds of bumps and stuff in it. And it totally saved this project. Like this is gorgeous just with the resin on top. I ruined the project, but I was able to save it. So all of you that are like, I've ruined this acrylic blank and I had to throw all these blanks away and I'm so frustrated. A UV resin might just be what you need.
Another place you can use UV resin is doing things like sublimation jewelry. So it'll give you like the flat look on the necklace or whatever, and then you can put that resin on top, and it'll almost look like is it cabochon? I'm not sure what that thing is called.
Yeah,
on top.
yeah.
Basically a glass piece on top of it, and it really makes it pop.
Yeah. I was like super excited with how these turned out. Like I want to do a whole video on just adding UV resin to the top of different sublimation
all the
blanks.
stuff.
All right. Mine is feeling done. Let's see if I can get it off my paper here. Oh my gosh.
So cute.
So cute. My boys are gonna be stoked.
Yeah, and that one is called, it's AB glitter. It's not straight silver. It's got flecks of different colors throughout it. It just adds so much to it.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
like
it.
that holographic sort of
Yeah.
glitter. I can see now that I didn't get the resin all the way to the edge. Could I add a little bit more, or what, am I kind of
So yeah, it's easier if you sand it,
okay.
and then it's going to give it something to grab to, and it won't flow off the edges that way.
Yeah, okay, I can work on that.
I mean, don't totally sand it. Just
yeah, just give it
rough it up and make it flat.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's for my boys, and they're going to be stoked about it if I only had this thing half covered. So, but overall, this is amazing, guys. I did resin. Hooray!
I'm so proud of you. Bringing you over, bringing you into it.
Bringing me into the resin. Oops, can't even hold on to it.
And yours looks so good. And it was the first time you made that project. So that just says that this project can be done by anyone.
Yes, this was really fun. I feel like, after a while, we've done so much sublimation over the last couple of years. It's like odd that I come up and feel like I'm learning something really new, right? Like I'm like, I've done this. I know how to sublimate this or whatever, which is fine. But like, I did something new today.
All right. So
to get me excited.
if you want more of these cute little tumbler toppers, more information about sublimation on different colors, then I would highly recommend the Craft Chameleon class within Sublimation Camp. And the brand of resin, someone is asking. So if you have any last minute questions, ask those in the comment section. And the brand of resin is from Craft Chameleon. And we have it linked in the description below this video. You can head to craftchameleon.com and that's the brand. I love it. It's so perfect. You guys did so good.
Great. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Judy Patterson wants to know, but was it Judy Patterson? Hold on. No, it's going too fast. So somebody was asking about, Beverly Taylor, getting things printed if you don't have a sublimation printer. There are a lot of companies that offer it. We technically do it, but so many people get mad about not printing. We won't print anything copyrighted, and it's an issue. So we don't do it that often, but there are companies, you can just upload your art to them. Who do you guys have? You don't Heat Transfer Warehouse? Is that who you use for yours?
Yeah. Or you can, a lot of times I'll just like look on Etsy for someone that does it. Heat Transfer Warehouse. There's a variety of places.
There
I feel
might
like.
even be somebody in your neighborhood.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, our St. Louis has like its own craft community on Facebook, their own group, and tons of people. I would imagine other cities have the same thing, and you can just find somebody to do your prints for you.
Yeah.
And then also Artistry.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. All right. So someone asked about what spray can you use now that dye trans is no longer available. I have a full YouTube video up on that, but I am recommending this Pixie spray from iCraft in my tests because I loved the dye trans pro spray and no longer available.
And then a couple people have asked if these videos will be available. So yes, the first video we showed how to press a DTF print, very easy. But we did that one last month, and then it's on both of our YouTube channels, and then this will be on our YouTube channels as well. So you don't have to worry about watching it in this moment.
And someone asked for that QR code for Craft Chameleon again, and I went ahead and put that back up, and that is the QR code directly to the little flower-shaped tumbler topper blank. So you can get your blanks and make this project if you did not make it with us today. Now, if you made it with us today, Sublimation Camp Campers Tent, head to that Facebook group, post your pictures. If you make these today or later off the replay, we want to see your pictures of your awesome tumbler toppers, whether you use the resin or not, but definitely let us know what you think if you use the resin.
We love seeing what people make.
We really do. Angie and I joke that it's our dopamine. Yeah, it's my favorite.
Makes my day.
If I can do it, I realize I'm a professional crafter, but I do not particularly like messy crafts. And so I think that's one of the reasons I've stayed away from resin so much is I'm like, I don't want to. But guys, it was really easy. So if I can do it, you can do it.
Yep. So, yes, I did some tumbler toppers in another video someone's asking about, and they were the sublimation acrylic. So they're white on the back, and you sublimate on the back. It shows through to the front. Craft Chameleon has some of those as well. So what happens with that is that you do not mirror because you are pressing to the back. It shows through to the front. With these, we put them on the top, so you would mirror your print when you print it. Of course, my little smiley face didn't matter that much, but
Now,
you
the
would
fun
mirror
thing
it
is,
for a design.
Angie, that'll sublimate on the back side also, even though it's only one side. So a lot of times, like if you wanted to put a special message on there for somebody, or if you do want to make it double-sided.
Yeah, luggage tag. Somebody had mentioned that it would work really well to just put your name and phone number on the back or whatever.
Name and phone number on the back, and you have a cute luggage tag too.
Yep. Ornaments, love grandma on the back, whatever.
Nobody's asking.
Yeah, so the acrylic we use today, so the colored acrylic we use today is actually a cast acrylic. You can sublimate on cast acrylic, but sublimation acrylic is the one that has the white backing on it. If that makes sense. So just a couple different types.
So on our website, we call it clear with white sublimation backing.
Got it.
Just so you know what the difference is.
So the glitters that are the cast acrylic, they're saying they are two-sided. So you could sublimate on one side, put something else on the other side, put a message on the other side. Get creative here.
Are the AB, the shiny ones, out of stock right now? Got to get those back.
Oh, no. So we cut our own, and sometimes when things show out of stock, it's because a bunch have just been ordered, and I just have to go into inventory and say there's more.
All right, Jen. They'll get more up there
For
now.
a few minutes, Jen, and she'll have them back for you. And there's a double-sided one. How cute.
Yeah, so that's the pink, and then I just did the back also.
Cute.
Super cute.
This was super fun.
All right.
Any more questions?
Yeah, like last call for questions. And if you have your Sublimation Camp All Access Pass, check out the Craft Chameleon video within Sublimation Camp for even more information and all the rest of the videos. So like over 30 videos, over 20 speakers, amazing information all about sublimation. We will be doing these once a month, and sort of you can watch some of the content, but if you want the main bulk of the content, that's going to be within Sublimation Camp. So if you don't have an All Access Pass, you can use that code. It's GetCrafty2, and that's through June 30th. $20 off the All Access Pass at sublimationcamp.com.
All right, friends, this was super fun. Thank you for joining us, Carrie Ann and Nancy.
Thank you for inviting us.
Thank you.
Great. I love doing these. I feel like they're more casual than some of our other videos, and they're just really fun.
Yeah, we shouldn't have been so nervous.
No, we were just chatting. No reason to be
I
nervous.
really left my desk like 4 times.
All right, so I'm going to go. This is a brand new Stanley. I'm going to go use my new Stanley with my cute topper on it now.
Send pictures, post pictures.
Oh, it looks cute.
Mine's upside down, but that's okay.
Thank you all for joining us. Bye.